These plays are essential statements of their points of view towards life. Two different playwrights, one Irish-American, living and working in America, the other an Irishman, living in Paris. Hughie and Krapp's Last Tape, as far as I know, have never been paired.
And they both share thematically a similar plot twist, which is in the first play, Hughie
is a guy telling a story of his life and how his life has suddenly hit the worst thing that it could possibly hit, which is the death of Hughie. Hughie Smith is a low-life grifter, been a gambler for years, horse player. He's down on his luck. What he has had for 20 years is this crappy hotel where he goes to late at night, grabs a few hours sleep, and talks to the night clerk. The genius of O'Neill is the minute this guy walks on stage, you say, what a low-life, lying, scheming hustler this guy is. If I ever ran into this guy in the streets of New York, I'd make a big, wide detour around him. I would never want to sit next to him in a cafeteria. I would never want to hear him. I'd never want to have a conversation with him on a bus. And by the end of 45 minutes, you realize he's exactly the same as you. I have done Hughie, and I was always looking for a companion piece that would be about the same length that you could do in an evening, but had the same kind of power. Last fancies came from under. Scalded the eyes out of me reading Effie again, a page a day, with tears again. Effie. Could have been happy with her up there in the Baltic.
And he has a habit of recording his thoughts and his reflections and to sort of capture a portrait of himself every year on his birthday.
I've just been listening to that stupid bastard I took myself for 30 years ago. Hard to believe it, they're as bad as that. Voice. Jesus.
Beckett's use of a reel-to-reel tape recorder as a metaphor for a loop in time, in the real time of the play, which is the 69-year-old Krapp. In his old age, his life has shrunk. And here we are in Krapp's den, at his desk, in this small pool of light. And the tape just keeps looping back on itself and contains his whole life. At the top of rehearsal process, I want to get right into the meat of things, like to look at the detail of the text, the detail of a kind of score that Beckett lays out, because of course his text is not just spoken text, it's all sorts of indications of choreography and lighting composition. He really writes with a three-dimensional theatrical mind.
Both O'Neill and Beckett knew that life was a version of the banana peel joke. Man has the wherewithal to buy a banana, peels the banana because he's going to eat the banana, because it's going to sustain him, it's going to be something that's going to help him. But in the process of eating the banana, he drops the banana peel on the floor. And at some point, he slips on the banana peel, which he has dropped, and he breaks his butt. And that's what life is. It's the man, it's the banana, it's the peel, and it's the fall.
I mean, in a way that's tragic, but it's comic at the same time. It's just naturally there. It's not about trying to make it funny. When I say comic, I don't necessarily mean it's a ha-ha comic thing either. It's kind of, if you just step back one step further and say, I'm not in the theater watching something meaningful or serious, this is a kind of a human comedy. It's kind of like, this is what people do to get by.
I find reality and I find sort of the starkness of both Beckett and O'Neill refreshing. They splash cold water on you and sort of force you to look at things realistically, and I find that actually sort of exhilarating.
When Beckett writes, he's writing with the theater as opposed to writing for the theater. That definitely appeals to my sensibility as a creator, as a director.
The point of this activity is not to have those people sit out there and say, oh, I know more about Brian Dennehy now. The point is not even to know more about Samuel Beckett or Eugene O'Neill. The point is to learn something about yourself as a member of the audience. And not even as a member of the audience, as an individual. something happening up there which helps me understand my life.